We are talking with Frank Polen from Buckeye Career Center, where he's the director of curriculum and adult education. And I don't know, are you in charge of lunch today, Frank?
Maybe starting tomorrow. I'll work with Phyllis, may serve a few meals to the campers that are coming in.
That's right. There we go. So I tease Frank because he has too many hats. But thanks for coming in. I appreciate your time. And, of course, every time you come, there's a load of things to talk about. And you mentioned a camp. What's going on?
There's always something happening. And, Brad, thanks for always having us in monthly. And it's going to be crazy because the next time we are here next month, we'll be 1 week away from school starting, and our new teachers will start that day.
Yeah, how about that?
But, we're real excited to tomorrow to kick off our Dale Lauren Polen Summer Manufacturing Camp. This will be our fourth year. We lost a couple years because of COVID, but we are really excited. A couple things. It's incoming 7th and 8th graders. This is our largest camp that we've had. We went from, say, 6 years ago, minus the 2 because of COVID, and we were sitting there with a week to go thinking, should we pull the plug on this or not? And we ended up getting 30-some kids. Our max capacity is 80, and we are real close. We're right there in terms of starting that tomorrow morning. And it's our local businesses, our local industry, our local manufacturers that do all of the leading of the lessons and donate their time and tour 2 different facilities throughout the week. It's just an incredible week. Our largest, but also, Brad, it is the largest and most attended camp of this type in Ohio.
That's very impressive, and obviously being put together well, or people wouldn't come back and support it.
Yeah, our local companies, Mike Hovan's kind of our chairperson from Lauren International, but you name the manufacturers and they are involved. And, last year's seniors would have been the first group that came through our camp. So it was neat to see and how many kids came through Buckeye then. Yeah. And, just the difference in thought to kind of a grow your own workforce type mindset. If we can instill in them what manufacturing is, what advanced manufacturing is, we are a large industry-based area and state. And, you can get to anywhere from here, that's for sure. And just the idea of anything from polymers to build your own airplane to running great all equipment it's all amazing that what can happen this week to spark some interest.
Well, one word that we discussed earlier, Intel.
Yes, not too far away from us. You were saying many of us drive through there every day, but that just goes to show you there again how manufacturing in Ohio, manufacturing in Tuscarawas County is not going to go away, regardless of what people think, even if it's automated. It's me running that automated equipment, and maybe instead of me just having my 2 hands to do the work, now maybe I'm having 6 hands, but I'm still working, and boy.
And you're keeping your fingers.
Absolutely. And of course, that's one of our, if you will, areas, safety. Safety's always on our first day, and they learn everything, Brad, from fire extinguisher to safety glasses, you name it. Our local industries and manufacturing do such a good job teaching these competencies.
Yeah, that would be interesting to be able to attend from a distance and see what's going on. I'm sure that is good. So you mentioned next month this time it'll be almost school time, but what's going on in the summer? Is a building sitting there? I mean, what happens?
Well, I tell you, usually a day doesn't go by there's not something going on, and that includes our maintenance staff that is scrubbing and taking the halls down. You're talking a building nearly 50 years old, Brad, and if you walk in, the halls get to looking like they're day one.
Yeah.
It's incredible. This year, we spent a lot of time putting new lights and ceiling tiles in our cafeteria. It just finished up last week, and we hold so many events there. It's beyond just feeding the kids, a camp, a dinner like the Tuscarawas Hall of Fame, and it's just a community place that 300-400 people can fit in there, and it's so things along those activities. We had our own camp for incoming 5th and 6th graders that we went through, but there's always something going on. And then, we did have some retirements, so we're hiring new staff, and that's always an exciting time. We had a couple retire, so we're replacing them, so there's always something going on. Today, there's the blood drive, and I think all the available spots were filled. So there's always something going on, and our summer staff, our maintenance staff, our summer workers just do an incredible job getting the building ready, that within that 1 month's time, it'll be turnkey ready again.
That's a little bit behind the scenes, but boy, is it important.
Oh, it's incredible. We just finished up an auction, getting rid of some things. We did an online of things that we no longer use, or tractors that kids have worked on for a long period of time, just how to do things. Well, after a while, you work on those so long, we've got another piece there that had been donated or where to work on, and just cleaning up space. And there's always EMT classes that were going on this summer. There was Motorcycle Ohio that uses our parking lot. There is always something, and we always say, if you have not seen Buckeye lately, then you probably haven't seen Buckeye. So as we get turnkey ready again for 22-23, we'll have a lot of community events one more time.
I know that's a thing that you're proud of. It's great to have that facility. So it is a school, though.
Absolutely.
So how are we looking for enrollment for both high school and adult ed?
Well, I'll tell you, the high school, we're looking at, every year you got to recruit new, and you got to retain the other half.
Yeah.
So we're looking probably right in that 950 to 960 high school, about 540, 550 new to the building. We have students then that will be returning.
Is the retention rate pretty high?
Absolutely. Well over the 90% retention rate. And a lot of that has to do with the skills they're getting and the credentials they're earning. We speak a lot about the industry credential is this tells me I can do these things. I'm an AWS certified welder. Mm-hmm. I'm an ASE mechanic. I get my cosmetology license. And Brad, a year ago, we earned 1,007 credentials, which when we first started tracking, it was about 7 years ago. It was in the 300-400 range. Wow. But we dug a little deeper and we realized, well, that 1,007 only represented 60% of our students earning those. Well, this year we're over almost 95% of all students earned at least a credential. And then we started tracking them, how many have earned 12 points. And we're really proud of that. And so when you look at that from a high mark of 1,007 to 1,900 this year plus were earned. And that means that graduating class was part of over 2,200 credentials earned. So that's a really neat thing. But when you're talking about the enrollment, we just talked a little bit about advanced manufacturing, Brad. Welding has a waiting list that's 14, 15 deep. Other programs as well. But think about advanced manufacturing in that regard. Look at precision machinery that has all those different facets to it. Look at your CAD. Those are great opportunities where you're getting certified with FANUC robots, where you're getting certified learning how to do blueprints. And those are unbelievable in-demand careers that there's availability for. On the adult ed side, our full-time programs, we're running 9 of them, still looking for enrollment, and there's a lot of new funding available. Beyond just the Pell Grant, Ohio has come out with short-term funding. Okay, that could be up to $2,000 towards your tuition. And boy, what an opportunity that is.
That's so important, trying to work and go to school.
Absolutely. I mean, if you could get up to $2,000 on that for any program under 900 hours, what a great opportunity that is. And so we're actively recruiting in all those programs there. Again, those come with in-demand industry credential, which are the job getters. And I'll tell you, Brad, another thing that I want to talk about, another summer activity but ongoing, is our adult diploma program. Okay, that's really new in the last couple years for the state of Ohio. Just last week, we had 17 people came to an orientation to earn their diploma. And by that, they're getting an industry-recognized credential that can be a job getter and earning their diploma. We've had some incredible stories of students that just life got in the way, and they've come back, got the welding certification and a high school diploma. We had 17 show up at a meeting the other night, and another one said, I wasn't able to come, showed up the next day to enroll. Just life-changing opportunities.
And we didn't write this down to talk about it, but there are satellite schools and so forth to get your GED.
Right, absolutely. Our Aspire program, yeah, but they earn their GED. Yeah, we have that in several locations, and they're tied into that adult diploma because the only academic thing you have to do is you have to pass an ACT work key score, and we work with them through our Aspire program, and we've had students come in and you need, I think it's a 14, which is a high number. I mean, that's not a low number.
Yeah.
And it's over 3 tests. And we've had students that have come in with the below 3s and have jumped points to get their diploma. And I mean, one in particular gentleman was just ecstatic. I mean, it brought tears to everyone's eyes to see how emotional he was for that sense of accomplishment.
Absolutely. Well, if you want to get a hold of Buckeye Career Center because something is striking home here, you went the adult education, you need to sign up the kids for this year or anything. I know you have social media, you've got a website. How do we do all that?
Best thing to do is, give us a call, 330-339-2288. Our website, www.buckeyecareercenter.org, and it's filled with everything. You were exactly right. Anything social media related, we our Facebook, our Twitter, I think the Instagram, and some other things that I surely don't understand. But I mean, Cheyenne Carroll and our marketing team does such a great job of getting the word out. And they're getting, we said this last week at our Workforce Summit. How can we say yes? You have a question, you have a concern, you want a specialized training program. How can we say yes? And we'll continue to do that.
Well, great. Well, I know you're a busy guy, but thanks for stopping in. And like I said, the plate's always full, so we always have to empty that for a month before somebody comes back.
Brad, it's always a complete pleasure because you start looking at it and, you give of your time and we come down and able to share our goodwill to, help people discover their passion and prepare for their future. But, man, I've always been mesmerized by those plate spinners. And I think we have about 150 employees, it seems like, that are spinning those plates.
Yeah.
So, the best thing about it is we have get-to jobs. We get to do these things. No one has to. But, boy, if you really approach it with a get-to attitude, how can't you enjoy it and just love the spice of life?
Here's Coach Frank Polen talking this morning from Buckeye Career Center. Thanks a lot, Frank.
Brad, always a pleasure.
As that's our 8:30 High Beam here on the BT Morning Show.